Hello, everybody. Welcome back to It Takes a Village. This is the first time that I have recorded without headphones. Normally, when I'm recording without headphones, I have a producer that's listening, but today I'm recording without headphones. So, fingers crossed, everything sounds great. I mean, if you're still here, everything probably does sound great. So, I'm Delina. I'm your host of It Takes a Village podcast. This is the last recording that you're going to get for the year, which is kind of wild. What's funny is when I started out this season, I thought that I was going to do a season that was going to be kind of short. I was planning on doing 6-7 episodes and then wrapping. And every week I'd be like, okay, one more episode, one more episode, one more episode, one more episode. And I think the reason why is because I just really enjoy what we're building here. I've been playing around with this idea of what I could do in terms of how we can connect with each other more. And I just want to make sure that it's authentic, that I can be honest, that I can, do something that really fulfills you as well as me. And I get stuck sometimes because I think to myself, okay, if I create a group, I want to make sure that I can nurture and honor that group for indefinitely. And I get scared because, it's funny. You probably have picked up on this. I will create a project and it will have a start date and an end date. And I do that on purpose because I'm a little non-committal. But I'm getting into my commitment phase, right? A couple episodes ago, I was telling you about how, I'm in a relationship and I haven't been in a relationship in a really long time. And I think that I changed probably before I even got into it, to be honest with you. I started to get into this idea of you know what? It actually feels nice to feel settled and to feel stable. And I'll give you some other examples of how that is playing out in my life. I'm waking up around the same time every day without an alarm. And if you have been rocking with me since I think that was season 4, the Issa episode. There was an episode, maybe it was season 3. There was an episode that I did with Issa where she was like, yeah, I wake up at 4:30. I was telling her I wake up at 4:30. And she's like, yeah, I wake up at 4. And I was like, yeah. And I was at the time. And then slowly I stopped waking up at 4:30. And I was like, should I retract that statement? But what's so crazy is I'd always wanted to be an early person. Always. And what's happened is now I am naturally waking up between 4:30 and 5:30 almost every day. And in the past, when I would wake up that early, I would feel groggy. I would feel not like I wanted to be up. But what's happening is I'm waking up with this excitement and this desire and this need to be up because I feel balanced. My sister the other day, her and I were talking, and she was like, ever since you took your sabbatical, I took a sabbatical in early 2024, end of 2023. And she was like, you have been calm. And I told her, I feel like there was Delina before 2023, and then there was Delina after 2023. And after or after 2024, I should say, because that's when it ended. And something shifted in me. This desire to be this performer, to do things that made other people happy, melted. And I came back from that trip just being like, what's next? What am I supposed to be? And I allowed myself the entire 2024 and pretty much I want to say the whole 2025 until now. And I've settled into this understanding that this new version of me, this new person that I'm becoming, is actually somebody who believes in the power of inner beauty as much as outer beauty. And that's so powerful because I spent so much time thinking, okay, and you know what? I won't even say thinking. I'll say it came from this inner desire where I just, at a very young age, at 16 years old, I was attracted to makeup. I just knew this is what I'm supposed to do. This is who I'm going to be. I wanted to be Pat McGrath. I was like, this is the world I want to live in. This is the way that I want to experience life. This is who I want to be. I just knew for a fact, this is what I was going to do for the rest of my life. I was attracted to it. And I think what I was attracted to was not just makeup. I think what I was attracted to, and didn't even have the foresight and the understanding or the depth of knowledge at that point, was that it wasn't just beauty. It wasn't just doing makeup. It wasn't just making people look good. It was also making people feel good. And what I've realized is that what you wear on the outside is a part of, but not the entirety of what makes me feel good. What makes me feel good is everything I do that helps my body, mind, spirit. It's the whole thing. This started out by being, I wanted to share with you like where I feel like I'm going, but I definitely have to say like one of the things this episode makes me think about how can I go back in time and say like what exactly is it that I feel I've learned this year. From the beginning of the year, specifically 2025, let's just talk about 2025 right now. I have learned that balancing your blood sugar, I would venture to even say as a person, but specifically as a woman, because I really feel I'm very clear now. After years of feeling like I've been talking to everybody, I know who I'm talking to. I'm talking to women. And I'm talking to me. I'm talking to me. I'm talking to women. I'm talking to women who are around my age. I'm talking to women who are older than me. I'm talking to women who are younger than me. I'm talking to women who have experienced life that is a real life and not a crazy privileged life. I'm talking to women who want more for themselves. And when I go into 2025, I think about how I started this year. And I took a solo trip to Costa Rica at the top of 2025. And while I was there, I was, living life, enjoying myself, having eggs and coffee on an empty stomach, and, just enjoying myself. Smoothies. Girl, like Costa Rica has some great fruit, acai bowls in the middle of the day. And I remember I would eat food. I would get really tired. I would go take a nap. I'd be like, girl, it's vacation. You do whatever you want. You know what I mean? You're here by yourself. You don't have to do anything for anyone. And then I got my period while I was on that vacation, and I remember just having most extreme pain. And what I didn't realize at the time, which is something that I realize now, is that what you do to your body, especially in the luteal phase, which is the last phase of your cycle, right? The cycle is menstruation. We all know what that is. Then you have the follicular phase, which is when the egg is building up. Ovulation, when the egg is ready, ripe. And then you have the luteal phase, which is essentially the egg is descending down or getting ready to break down for menstruation again, right? So when you're in that luteal phase specifically, it is very important to not rock your blood sugar. I mean, you can a little bit in the very beginning, to be honest. You can get away with it. But by the time you get to the end of the phases, it is like you really got to be careful. So I was going all over the place with my blood sugar. And that period was so painful. I still remember that pain. It was wild. And I was like, I have to solve this. I remember buying program from this woman named Melissa VT, figuring that out and being like, okay, I gotta get my blood sugar under control. It is out of control. By figuring out how to solve my blood sugar, which I'm going to tell you right now why this is important and why I think that it will help you too, it changed my life. I am less moody. I have less feelings of depression. I have less feelings of, I'm in more of a flow state and less of a volatile state of emotion. I'm still an emotion-driven person, and I love that about myself. I think that's actually one of the best things about me is that I can feel things, and I never want to dampen that or not have that as a beautiful thing about me. But let me give you the tea. Let me give you the deal on how to actually balance your blood sugar. So when I started training years ago, I would hear, okay, you want to make sure you have this amount of protein, this amount of fat, and this amount of carbohydrates every day. And I would say, okay, great. What I didn't realize is that balancing the protein, carbohydrates, and fat in every meal is what actually monitors and regulates your blood sugar. In my family specifically, we have diabetes in my family, on both sides. More on my mom's side than on my dad's side, but it does run in the family. And diabetes means that you have a sensitivity to sugar in your body, the way your body processes sugar. And so when I was younger, I used to eat like fruit, and I'd be like, oh, I don't feel good in the morning when I eat fruit. And some people will tell you, eat fruit every morning. It's so good for you. It is good for you for certain body types, but it's not good for me. I would have a bagel sometimes, right? A bagel and cream cheese in the morning. And I'd be like, wait, why is that? Because carbohydrates, that many carbohydrates in the morning, would actually transition in my body into sugar very quickly. And then I would have a sugar spike. And when I had a sugar spike, I would feel tired. I would feel lethargic. I would lose focus. And so I never equated what I was eating with the amount of focus and happiness. Nobody really tells you about that. They're just like, this is delicious. It tastes so good. Oh my gosh. And I got to the point where I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. I decided to start looking at my blood sugar, and it has made a massive, massive difference in how I feel. So every meal has a protein, a carb, and a fat. Every meal. I now cook exclusively with ghee, which is a high fat butter, clarified butter, that's very good for my system. Everything I'm telling you, by the way, you have to figure out what's good for you. I'm simply telling you that I do know that everyone managing their blood sugar will change their life. That for sure, hands down, definitely, without a doubt. But you have to figure out what proportion you need for your specific body type, so that way you make sure you do what you need to do for you. But if I can leave you with anything for 2025, I just want to say explore blood sugar, especially if you have painful periods, especially if you're the kind of woman who has just always been like, what is it? Why is it that I'm so tired? Why is it that I feel so emotional? Why do I feel so overwhelmed by it? And how can I change that in the future? So it is possible to feel better. And I still have my moments. I still have my days. But I feel so much better than I used to. I feel so much more balanced than I used to. And I'm just so grateful that I have this opportunity to be who I am now, to sit in life the way that I do now, and the type of gratitude that I have now. And I just want to say, this year, self-funding the podcast was different than a lot of years, because normally I kind of put some money aside, and I feel like I really pushed it this year. I pushed the budget of the show this year. And I'm very happy that I did. Because I feel like that's what commitment looks like. It's not always this like clean understanding of where things are going to go. Sometimes it's figuring things out. And I've had to scale back a lot of my team, so it's just me again. And I'm here, and I'm rocking out, and I'm doing the thing with the show. And so I'm very happy. I'm very proud of us. I'm very happy about how much we've grown. Spotify has said that we are one of the top 3% of podcasts on the app, which makes me really happy. I was actually very happily surprised by that. That made me smile, and I was really, really happy about that. So yeah, it was good. It was excellent. It was an excellent year. I'm so happy. We've had some incredible guests. But more importantly, I think we're growing our community. I am going to plan something in person. So if you live in LA, look out for that. I really want to start I've been thinking about doing something virtually, but I really feel the push to do something in person. So if you're an LA girl, look out for that, because we're definitely going to do something in person coming soon. And I want it to be really interactive. And I want you to have a voice in it too. So we'll figure out how to make that happen in this next year, hopefully in the first quarter. That's the plan. And as always, I'm going to ask you for a review. Some of you do it, some of you don't. It's fine. But if you do feel inclined, it would be nice. And yeah, happy 2025. I feel big things are going to happen in 2026. I've been saying it for the past month and a half. I'm like, 2026 is going to be a huge year. I can feel it. It's going to be a huge year for me. And I think it's going to be a huge year for you too. And so, yeah, welcome to the next season. We're going to be doing the next season within the first quarter of the year. So I'm excited to bring the show back. But until then, sending you so much love. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful holiday. And I'll see you in 2026. Bye. Thank you so much for listening and for being a part of my village. Please leave us a review, and I will see you in the next episode.